I always seemed to start off as a chunky kid, wore the husky jeans, and then joined the military right out of high school. And for a lot of years, after that, I was in really good shape. And then once you leave the military, you don't run and do all that exercise like you once did. My weight, steadily came on.
I never really struggled with my weight as a kid. I worked in law enforcement back in the 90s, and I left that to pursue another career in 2000, and traveled, ate out a lot, and so I started kind of slowly gaining the weight, and then I hurt my back pretty bad, and this back surgeon said, "Man, you're pretty young. If you don't lose a significant amount of weight, I'm going to wind up having to fuse you." And I didn't want, to live the rest of my life with a fused back. My wife said, "Why don't you look into bariatric surgery?" And I had explored bariatric surgery with another surgeon probably 6 or 7 years ago, but it just didn't feel right.
You have to be ready. There's a time in your life when you're ready to hear about bariatrics. And, there's just something that has to happen in your life that makes you want to do it.
For me, diabetes runs rampant through my family. And I've seen from amputees to heart surgery. I already had heart surgery at 42. And so I knew when I got to the level where I was taking 200 units of insulin a day, a couple of my other friends had gone to Dr. Schrapp and they reduced their insulin, got off their insulin. So I said, man, that's what I need to do. And I mean, it was a life changer.
Food is a social thing, And I was worried, and one of the reasons that I didn't go through with it the first time was, I didn't want to give up that lifestyle. And I don't know about you, but I've found that I can still pretty much, within moderation,
Sure.
The portions are severely limited, but I can still pretty much enjoy anything that I want to eat.
Yeah.
And the first time I met Dr. Schraps, I knew that that's definitely who I wanted taking care of me. And I mean, he just made me feel at peace every step of the way. He answered all my questions. He answered questions that I didn't even know to ask, on my own. And he just assured me at every step of the way, man, you're a prime candidate for this. You're going to do fantastic. We met with the nutritionist and set goals, and and it was just, it far exceeded what I ever could have expected.
From the first day I met Dr. Schrapp and walked into his office, they were great. Everybody was helpful. Everybody, took care of me, from leaving his office, going into the hospital. St. Elizabeth was great. The nurses, the staff, I'd recommend it to anybody. And I do recommend it to a lot of people, and just, man, it's a life changer.
Yeah.
Their office is always really good about staying in contact, email, voicemail, text messages, reminders of, hey, you haven't had that B12 shot in a while. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Augie, how much weight did you lose altogether?
I lost a total of 85 pounds.
That's fantastic. I'm right at like 95 or 96 pounds. That's awesome. What about you,
And
Brandon?
I'm the big boy. I lost 140.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
He was talking about, Russ was saying that, it really helped his back when he lost weight. What helped me was my feet. You got off of insulin and I got off metformin. Did you get off of anything?
Yeah, so I just recently went back to the doctor and they cut my blood pressure medicine in half.
Yeah.
I was on a CPAP before that, and I've cut my pressure down to almost nothing. So yeah, it's been life-changing in that way too. I mean, half the medicine that I used to take, and the CPAP's not an issue.
I think that people don't realize that a lot of times they think, well, you're having this procedure to look better. It's like, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to move.
People always say, oh, you look amazing. I feel even better. As great as you think that I look, I feel a ton better than that. You don't have to go to Houston or, anywhere else. I mean, the best is right here in Beaumont, with Dr. Schraps.
CHRISTUS has a Bariatric Center of Excellence rating that is competitive with any hospital in the nation. I mean, you only get that when your complication rates are like under 3%.
You don't have to fly all the way to Mexico to go have weight loss surgery.
Oh, man, I couldn't imagine.
Texas. If you need anything, you pick up the phone and you go right there to St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
They're there to help you.